Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dylan.
I'm Elle.
And we both love soup. Guess what today is?
What is today?
Our 1-year anniversary since we recorded our first podcast.
Oh, happy anniversary.
It was a year ago
Happy anniversary.
that we recorded our first episode. Here we are doing episode 32.
Wow.
Wait, it's the 26th? So we didn't record for
24th.
a whole month of last
Well,
week?
Because it
remember-
took us a while to get
We
things
played
set
with
up.
the logo. We messed with the title. I think we spent the most time with
Picking
the
a
title
title.
because I saved the spreadsheet, which was all of our potential titles.
We
That
should throw some out right now.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I do. I
You definitely had a Gen X girl.
This is going to be a long episode, by the way.
Yes. So let's see. What's
Just
it?
FYI, for those of you
podcast
listening.
names. So the top ones were "Don't Get Us Started."
Oh, that's a good one. Why didn't we go with that one?
It didn't get very many votes. Ed and I voted for it. Miranda, you did give it a good vote. But then we came up with. I think we Googled and someone else had used it. Yeah. "Don't You Dare Settle for Fine," which is actually one of our themes for today. "Heavy Words So Lightly Thrown,"
Which is lyrics.
which is a lyric from one of our favorite songs.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's the one I liked. I like that
Yeah.
one the best.
Where,
was an
where are my
obscure lyric.
ducks? And "Yesterday I Got So Old."
Another song lyric. Which
Wait,
I
those
really
are some great
I
ideas
know.
for
We have
some
good
spin-offs.
We got, somebody's gonna
one should we
somebody's
start?
gonna steal it.
And then we had a smattering of other, like we had Chicks, Cocktails, and Chit Chat, "Curious, Not Judgmental," "Gone
But
with the Gin."
we knew we couldn't use that one because we are horribly judgmental.
Yes.
So
Well, that might have been the joke of it.
Yeah,
We're
right.
actually the two most judgmental women on this planet.
"Mischief Managed,"
oh, I love Mischief Managed. Yeah.
"The Midlife Maze."
I bet Mischief Managed is taken.
Yeah, maybe that
Taken.
was. I like the alliteration. Good marketing for the yeah. So anyway, those are some of our other names. We went with "Both Love Soup," which is very esoteric, and a lot of people get confused and think we're talking about soup.
Yeah.
So even
That's
like,
the only bad thing about our name is that people don't understand.
I've been sticking those stickers, like I stuck them on the Tesla charger. I'm sticking them on stop signs.
I have them on all my cups.
But
which-
it doesn't give the link to the podcast. But it's
I know,
still funny to
that's,
see our
we should have
stickers.
put that in there.
Well,
Oh.
that was Ed.
Oh, yeah, that's
I
true.
wasn't involved in the creation of those.
I wasn't
did
either.
say to put the QR code.
well,
and
you
then
know.
when I saw them printed, they weren't. And I was like,
Yeah.
conversation starters.
Oh well, next time.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so
All right. What else are we talking about?
we got to talk about your menopause mayhem. I think
having-
that almost needs to be a segment.
I know. I could talk
Menopause
about
mayhem.
I could talk about all the shit that's going on for days and days and days. So okay, the which one should I start with? When we went to trivia last week, or
At the
Were you
winery.
having an episode during that time?
I sweat in my panties so bad, and it is not pee. I sweat in my panties so bad, I looked like I had peed.
You should have showed me.
I was gonna.
I was right
I
next
really,
to
if you had been in the bathroom with me, I would have been like, "Oh my God, look at
She
this."
had a puddle in her pants.
I had a puddle in my panties. So I looked into like what do people wear, and they have those
bamboo.
no, the one that
Knix.
Knix.
Yeah, those are- yeah.
But those are for like periods and like it's all coming out of that area, and this is mine is everywhere.
You need the whole thing to be made
It's
out of.
exactly. So I did Google, and they said bamboo. So I bought some bamboo panties. I have not really worn them yet because
She's saving them for the cruise.
I'm going on vacation, and I don't want to have to do laundry.
So you
and
were
I only bought
literally
like 5
creating a
pairs.
scenario where you're going to have good panties. And
Yes, I'm gonna have my sweat-free panties. And
Girls
my,
wear those though. It's called the gusset check or whatever while working out. You know,
oh yeah, so
yeah.
you don't
So
get camel toe.
camel toe, and you sweat.
in your
So
hoo-ha.
yeah, and so it's called the gusset.
There's a
check or
whole the
something.
whole
Well,
line.
I
of them.
wear, in all honesty, the underwear I normally wear are these Nordstrom. I can't remember the name of them, but they're barely there.
It's
like
like that one size one.
it's
you
a
talked
one
about.
size. They're
Chantel, is
something
it?
like that.
Yeah.
yeah, and they really are barely there, and that's probably why I sweat
And it's
through
not
them.
a natural fabric. You
No,
need a natural fabric.
I do.
To protect your bits.
Okay, so that was one, and then another thing is it
the new menopause symptom that you got to add
I
to
don't know
your
if,
harem.
okay, so I don't know if this is menopause. I am dizzy. I wake up I know I'm dizzy. I'm so dizzy. My head is spinning. Anyway, I wake up every morning dizzy, and then it goes away. But the last week it has not gone away.
And this
so
is
if
not
I,
from drinking the night before. This is
no,
just
this is just, it's like if I twist my head in a certain way, And I don't know if it's an ENT thing, ear, nose, and throat thing, or if it is a menopause. Well, so anyway, so I go to my physical therapist, and he is an assistant. And I was talking about all my menopause symptoms and everything. And she was like, well, vertigo is a symptom of menopause. And I was like, fuck you. Fuck you. No. I don't get any more. I have them all. If this is menopause, I really want to do this to God. Yeah. Sorry, I'm flipping off the universe. Because it's just not fair that I have every effing symptom. Look it up. Look up symptoms of menopause. I have them all.
The Modern Family episode I'm on right now, Claire has vertigo.
Oh, really?
She's like, I'm sick. And then, oh my gosh, what's his name?
Phil.
Phil is like, oh, honey, I don't think you're sick, but and it was menopause.
It better not be, because that means it's not going away anytime soon.
Yeah,
Whereas
you're hoping it's an inner ear thing.
If it's an inner ear thing, I'm taking Sudafed, and I'm taking allergy my allergies have been horrid because of the winds and everything.
Oh yeah, our Santa Ana winds and fires.
Yeah,
and it's just...
my nose is dripping off my face. My ears are blocked.
Even I'm like, and I'm never.
Yeah, you're never sniffly. I'm sniffly all the time. Anyway, so those are my menopause on. So was there one more? No, that was it.
Yeah, that's our Elle's menopause mayhem for the day. But then to go along with sort of your general trying to help yourself out, you did purchase that form bra.
I did.
That I had recommended,
yes,
but you bought the more lower cut one.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your experience.
This is a really padded tank bra.
When you're wearing those, you have
I'm
nothing.
flat as
She has fantastic posture right now, I will say.
Oh,
look
yeah.
at me and look at you.
I'm leaning back over the slouch here. But okay, so this is a $200 bra, and I originally bought it in a large, and I couldn't breathe in it. It was so tight. And it has zero nip coverage. This is it just squishes everything down. In the large, I felt like, okay, squishing the nips down too. It was okay. But it was so uncomfortable. Aren't you glad you joined us today, boys? Okay.
Yes.
But then, so I ordered the extra large, kept the large just to make sure. And then when I got the extra large, I was like, okay, I can breathe.
And you bought the
in
gray
this.
one.
The gray,
Light
yes,
gray.
because I wear gray all the time. But so it's now does not provide any nip coverage. So in my $200 bra, I sewed in by hand really ugly pads because I
Instead of wearing cakes.
I don't like the cakes. The cakes feel like they're going to come off.
Especially with the form bra, because
Sweaty girls can't wear cakes.
Thank you.
But when you're
Thank
the
you,
form
sweaty girl.
bra, it locks them in
My
there.
sweaty sister over there.
I'm not gonna lie, they slip and slide everywhere, no matter what.
yeah.
I don't wear them anymore either.
I
Yeah, I
agree.
can't.
That is a improvement that the form bra should make, because even I have to slap on the cakes.
Yeah. Or just even, they don't have to put them in, or just
we don't like the floating biscuits.
No, provide them. You don't have to put them in, just provide them so that if you want to have them in.
But overall,
or give an
you're
option.
liking it.
Yeah, well, I haven't worn it much because I'm going on vacation and I don't want to have to do laundry tomorrow. So it's like everything is packed. I'm ready to go.
You've got to return the large
I
one.
did already return.
You do.
One, yeah.
So, and they make it pretty easy. Now, my mom has also bought one. I have not heard her experience because I figured she was gonna. I think she measured herself and came up for size large, which is the size I wear, and I know that was going to be snug as a bug in a rug. So I'm curious to see if she's able to get in out of it.
What is hilarious is that if you looked at Dylan and I, and you thought bra size, Dylan is a large and Elle is an extra large, you would be like, "There's no effing
It's a
way."
back thing because this thing is not about cup. Or
It is
anything.
not about.
It's about.
It
your
really
circumference.
smushes things down.
Yeah, it's a great minimizer.
Which
When
is
I
the
want to
other
wear
reason
a nice
I wanted
blouse,
pads and not cakes in, because pads give me a little. This flattens me out to like not even an A. It's like the flatteningest.
Well, that
bra.
was
Do you
another
have
thing-
one? No.
No,
Not yet.
I will not.
You have
ever...
good posture.
Yeah, no, I don't. Oh my gosh.
I'm lucky you slouched over, but yeah.
There is no way in hell I would ever spend $200 on a bra.
I used my medical savings account
You're
I
off
don't
a
got-
save.
because
I
it
don't have
qualifies for that.
Yeah, I did not, but I could
Well,
have.
I have two of them. If you'd like to try one on and see how it goes. But then I introduced her to my other favorite bra, and you're not even loving that. I said this
It's
is
so hard
life
to get
changing.
into. Like,
Well, then you're gonna
Then
hate
you would
this
hate
one.
this one
Yeah,
because
yeah,
this one's
like
really
right now,
hard
You
to
gotta
get
bring
into.
me those other ones. Yeah.
I will not choose this. I'd rather nip than.
I do love this tank top. Is this is one of those?
Hilarious.
No.
when they
it's-
have the built-ins,
Yeah.
it's fantastic.
What did I just say my underwear was made out of?
Bamboo.
Bamboo. This is a bamboo shirt, and it has
Yeah.
really big pads in, so
Yeah.
it's super comfy.
That's my go-to.
Yeah, I love these.
just
Well, then
can't
you
do a
got to
bra.
bring me those other ones because I think I'm the same
Yeah,
size.
you can have them.
Oh, I love
think
those.
I think I've worn it once for my. I need it for my work trip.
Yeah.
That's
I
on
can't
the,
be nipping out of work.
on the large. I actually wore it several days, wore it biking. And then when I got the two, and I was like, oh my God, it does say you're not supposed to wear it or blah, blah, blah. But then when I looked at both of them together, I was like, I can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right,
you were-
forget it. I'm good.
So
I didn't cut the tag.
highly recommend. I'm curious to see when I see my mom in a couple of weeks if she's loving it or if she wound up doing like you and decided to go up a size, because it is a little bit of a.
I bet she's having
get
trouble
in.
getting into it because I even sometimes when my neck or my back is out, I can't get it off.
Now the one thing is, I ordered the more high neck one. I'm going to order my third one. I'm going to get with more of a scoop neck, because when I
don't
wear
like
the
the
high
high
neck one
neck.
under the t-shirt, you can kind of see the top of it. Now it looks like a shirt itself, but
Yeah.
it would be better.
Well, that's even the low one is pretty high.
yeah. My
and
other
it's-
one is like
yeah.
up to here, but
That's
good
why I
stuff.
didn't like that.
And the other vein of self-care, I had my eye surgery.
Yes.
on
Oh,
this
spent
week.
Totally
a fortune.
forgot. Wow.
Yeah, she spent a fortune on eyes.
I did, after Miranda was shocked and thinking I should have pivoted my eye surgery to a boob job instead.
And a nose job.
And a nose.
But
which I don't.
Somebody comment you cannot get a boob job and a nose job for 10 grand.
price.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can.
It went
Right.
well
In
it
Mexico.
was painless. I was in and out. My son was there on time, and I didn't have to wait like some of the other people. My eyes are still bloodshot, so I looked a little stoned. The biggest challenge for me right now, and it's going to take about, they say, anywhere from 2 to 4 months before you get to your optimal vision. But I'm like 90% of the way there, 80% right now, is they corrected me to monovision. And I
Yeah.
was already corrected to monovision with my contacts. But what I didn't realize is the correction to monovision with my contacts, they kind of met in the middle. So it wasn't like extreme close up, extreme far away, whereas the lenses they had made for me now is whoa and whoa. So the delta between my two eyes is pretty extreme. So I'm having to get used to depth perception.
Yeah, when I did my laser surgery, I had him do that, and I wish I hadn't because I never got used to that. I don't like.
And I
the
think
one
I will. It's extreme. And also my starburst. And they say that'll be bad so I can't really drive.
Will you ever
at
get
night.
the starburst?
Oh,
Will
yeah,
that'll go?
that absolutely
Wait,
goes
how are you
away.
gonna play pickleball then? You aren't.
Oh,
gonna
no, I'm
play-
good.
So
Yeah.
you just said your depth perception is off.
It's already, here on day 3, I'm already way better.
Okay.
It's okay. I have vertigo. We'll be a great team.
Yeah. Fabulous.
Oh, that ball just went right between us.
I was so far so good with it. Like I said, my eyes don't look too janky, right?
No, I
No.
completely forgot.
They're a
that
little
it was
bloodshot,
even-
but you're right.
Yeah.
Because normally you guys use the
Yeah,
Lumify.
and
Oh, I'm
it has
shoving that in my
been
eyeballs
really
every day.
nice. Like in the middle of the night when
I gave you some
I
coupons.
have to get up and it's just I
know.
can see.
Yay.
And then my plan is once it settles, I'm going to take because I have some nice glasses, I'm just going to have them pop those lenses out and put in just blue light so that when I'm in front of the computer, because now with this visual acuity, my eyes are letting in more light. So
Yeah.
I am more light sensitive. Like, whoa, got to wear sunglasses.
Yeah.
Absolutely got to wear sunglasses. But
Gotta wear shades.
success.
Your future's so
We'll
bright.
say though, eye surgeons they're just printing money. It was a train of people, wasn't it, Zach? Just so many, and they're just doop, 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 in and out. I was probably one of the youngest people in the office
Getting cataract surgery.
getting
Yeah.
cataract surgery. So, and like
That's
they kept,
essentially what this is, only
it
with
is.
better lenses.
Refractive
or-
lens exchange is cataract surgery, except they took my lenses out, which didn't have cataracts, my organic ones, and gave me super duper good lenses. And they give you like little serial numbers. So Elle and I were joking that if ever I'm like
Dead in a ditch.
and they can't identify me, they can identify me by the serial number on the lenses in my eyes.
Great idea for a book.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, how to identify the
section of
body.
book, yeah.
So yeah, that was kind of funny.
Where do you think I got that from? No, I just read a lot of books.
We'd be remiss if we're almost 1/12 of the year is in the rear view. So time for resolution update. Miranda, how are you doing on your New Year's resolutions 1/12 of the year in?
I think it was creativity, and I'm good at crocheting.
Yeah.
I've not done my photo book, have not taken more photos, but because I've done nothing, but we're doing a road trip soon. Mm-hmm. So like
You're
that
gonna be
to me, I'm
doing a
like,
lot
okay,
of
I'll
that.
make a photo page of the road trip. So I'm gonna say I'm doing good. My word was composure. Would not say I had a very composed month.
Work's been a little
So-
taxing.
I don't even remember what my
I
word
don't
was.
feel like I was
we know
composed.
what my word was?
I don't think I did a good job of that. So 11 more tries. Here we go.
Yeah, exactly. We got plenty of time. Plenty of time to work this
Oh, see,
shit
did
out.
I write your word
know,
down
I
in
don't
any
remember
of
what my
these
Oh,
word
things?
remember
was.
it was not nurture. It was nurture.
I didn't really like my
It was the
word. I remember
you-
that.
You gave it to her. It was.
You don't remember?
Regenerate.
Rejuvenate.
Recover.
I don't know.
Recover.
I don't know. I didn't like it, so that's why I haven't remembered it, because it wasn't like exactly what I wanted.
Have you
and
thought
I
of one then?
No.
Yeah.
I
Well,
really
mine was Endure, and I actually have it in my little locket. I keep it here. And yeah, I mean, work. 400 people got laid off today at work.
Yeah.
Not directly in my division, but people that I've worked with for 14 years. One of them, 62-year-old.
Can you imagine being unemployed at 62 years old?
And he had
how are you
no
gonna get a
clue it was
job?
coming.
I was just about to say, like, did you guys
No.
hint at it?
No, I didn't know. They're keeping it really tight to the vest.
That sucks.
Yeah. So I haven't heard, because it just happened. So the only reason I know is I talked to him, but it's not like, oh, here's the list of all the people who are no longer going to be with us in a couple weeks.
so you don't even know who's missing.
Yeah. You'll find out when because the first thing they do is they try to find them other roles in the organization.
That's good.
People team works with them, but right now, I mean, they're running bare bones.
Yeah.
So anyway, yay work.
Okay. What other?
My resolution. So I've been doing the mental stimulation. So I have stuck with. I'm now on day 26 of doing Lumosity. I do it every day.
Lumify, not Lumify.
Yeah.
Lumosity. 6 days straight.
So I
of putting
start
them
my
drops
morning
in.
with I do connections, and then I do Wordle, and then I do my Duolingo, and then I do my Lumosity. And Lumosity is great because
You have a lot of brain capacity in the morning.
instead of standing in line and doom scrolling Instagram, I will just pop into a Lumosity game.
Yeah, I do like it for that.
Yeah.
Instant.
There's some I love more than others.
Me too.
Yeah. But that app, I'm completely sold on it. Everybody should have it. It's where you should spend your time. Because I can already tell there's some things it really is helping me with.
Yeah. What are your other? Do you remember your other?
That was a big one. It was just keeping the mental sharp.
Yeah, the brain going.
Keeping the brain. No more brain drain. I think another thing we should all commit to.
Wait, I didn't do mine.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
What about our co-host here?
Yeah.
Just because she doesn't have a word doesn't mean
I
she
know,
doesn't have
exactly.
resolutions.
I didn't have a word, but I did have. So one of my major resolutions was to go on a liver cleanse and lose weight, and I've lost 9 pounds. So that's really good. I have not lost it anywhere that I want to lose it. It's probably coming off my ass, or And I know most women want the weight off their ass. I don't, because I don't really have an ass. But I want it off my waistline or my belly, and it's not really going from there. I'm also doing Luminosity, and I'm on day like 5 or 6, and I've missed a day, so I'm not quite as good at that. I know my primary thing that I was going to not do was watch so much TV, and because of the dizzy and because of my knee was out, I'm falling apart one body part at a time. I really have been doing nothing but watching TV. I'm in fact out of things to watch. So if anybody has anything to watch, because I'm also we're only have like.
Yeah, you guys rotate your services.
We rotate our services, and so I think we
You
only
don't have Netflix right now.
No, we only have Amazon. I think it's the only Prime is the only thing we have right now.
Oh, and YouTube.
On YouTube, of course, but I don't YouTube.
You should listen to podcasts on YouTube.
I should, because people keep
Elle,
suggesting.
who doesn't listen to a single podcast.
I know. I've never listened to a
YouTube has
podcast.
they have the video podcast, so they basically
The only podcast I've ever listened to is ours. Just
you
because
should try YouTube, because it's nice where you're watching TV, but you're not watching TV, so you can like do something else. You can paint, you can crochet, whatever, and then you don't feel alone.
Watch the Holderness podcast.
Oh, I should. Yeah, because they're funny.
Yeah,
I like
they're
them.
funny and they're short.
There's one called Girls Who Boss or something, and it's interesting. There's a lot. I'll start sending you some.
Well, there's a lot of we met a new lefty-leaning lady this week, and she was like, "Oh, if you listen to this podcast," she had a lot of political podcasts that sound pretty interesting. So,
and people for us to follow.
Yeah,
they're all over YouTube. So
yeah, all right.
Everyone's got a podcast these days.
Everybody has a podcast. That was a joke on the Daily Show, as he said. Oh, he was talking about all the guy that blew up the Tesla, and the guy who's like, "What? These are Americans. What are they doing? Instead of doing this, they should just start a podcast like everybody else."
I want podcasts to turn into like Instagram pages where it's like, everyone has a podcast. You want to go learn more about that person? Go listen to their podcast.
I want to. Speaking of Instagram, I want to get off Facebook because of Zuckerberg, and I want to get rid of my Meta glasses because of Zuckerberg.
And Instagram.
And Instagram is Zuckerberg too.
Yeah.
Instagram is Zuckerberg.
Oh yeah,
too?
they're
Meta.
joined to
So
him.
is there an option That is
TikTok. No. Yeah. I deleted it, and since the ban is now banned in the United States, but if you had the app downloaded, they're not blocking you. I can't get the app back. And so I was like,
damn.
shoot.
Well, that's going to help with
yeah.
your resolutions.
Yeah.
No
I
more-
don't know. I would like
people
to
are
get rid of
saying
it.
Blue Sky.
But that's more like X or, you know,
No, just stay off
Twitter.
of it. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
Just
get off of
It is
Facebook.
it is a
Podcast.
good
I'm
network,
addicted
yeah.
to Facebook. I
no,
can't.
you don't have to be. You can be addicted to YouTube. We can get you.
Yeah, our boys are.
Yeah, I
There's
know, it's
YouTube
true.
Shorts. Those are really fun. Like if you want that scrolling,
That's what I like is the scrolling.
there's YouTube Short. They're even better than Instagram. And they're not
All
better
right.
than
Well,
TikTok.
that'll be
Right.
our next thing to talk. Can you teach to?
Wait, I have one more. My
old-
stretching is doing really well.
Oh,
was
that's
one of
good.
my-
That's right.
You-
You were
yeah.
almost doing the splits.
And I have kept up with that.
That's
So.
good.
I'm going to need
Awesome
a little
sauce,
motivation
yeah.
for you because I'm you need to do that.
I've been stretching a little, but not as much as I should. I am certainly nowhere near the splits.
I think I can get there by the end. No doubt. By the end.
I'm sure you're going to get there
If
by the end
I
of the
keep
year.
up with it, if in 1 month I already saw the
Yeah,
I could go
right.
down, I was like, okay, yeah.
Is that Ed back?
Boys might be back. So we this has been kind of a rough week because the inauguration happened on Monday, and we are starting to see.
Wasn't it amazing to see the peaceful passing of power? Like that was so
yeah,
nice,
right?
wasn't it? Poor Kamala Harris had to do the
I
whole
know.
thing. It's like she wasn't there, but yeah.
And so it's been a rough week because he is coming out of the gate with just as wacky a things as you can possibly imagine.
Gulf of America.
Gulf of America.
I mean,
Gulf of America.
and that one at least is innocuous, right? But the other things that are
Taking over Greenland.
Oh
Getting
my
Canada. Are we going to go to
getting
war with
rid
Canada?
of DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion things. But not only that, saying, hey, we're moving away from that. He is now, there's a mandate. People who are working in government got memos today saying any programs where you had DEI hires or there's any DUI bidders in it, you need to tell us what all those are and you need to pull them all back. It is like not only saying we're not going to be proactively doing that, it's going to go, let's unravel anything else we did.
Right.
What?
And taking away the
Birthrights.
I just saw another one that was
Yeah,
the
birthright.
birthrights.
That's
And
being
it-
challenged.
I
in
just saw another
court.
one that was like getting rid of the solar and wind
yeah,
power. I'm like, oh my God, the environment is weeping. You know, the planet is going to cry.
There's a bill that's been proposed that any married woman seeking birth control needs to have her husband's permission.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that one threw me
That
over
one
the
just
edge.
kills
you
me.
You have to be kidding.
We're going
me.
to start, back in the 70s when we
Women,
were kids.
there are more of us than there are men.
That's
Yeah,
right.
We're going to start mating with each other.
But did you know when during the 70s when our mothers were our age, they could not get a checking account on their own without
unless-
without their husband's permission. That's what we're
They
going
never
back
even
to.
had it in their own
I
name.
would
Like
not
my
be
mom
shocked if
had
that
no
happens
credit.
in
My
10
mom's
years.
credit,
Yeah, no credit,
was
too.
not really built on her name. So yeah.
I think it was like Mrs. Charles Knapp or something like that. Yeah, it's crazy.
So in that vein, one of the things, I mean, you would really love to go with a no spend at 2025, but I figured that's impossible. So we're going low spend 2025. And I think the way
I have not done well
we
so
have
far.
to we have to approach this is every time you're ready to make a purchase, ask yourself, is this purchase worth stimulating dumps economy?
yeah, we do not want to stimulate the dump economy.
And just
There's like
pause.
Shein, doesn't that go towards people he hates? So
China.
Are we
China.
Good? Are we
China.
good with that?
You know, I don't know, but speaking of that,
China.
Elle is no longer a Temu virgin.
Yeah, I
thought you
popped
said-
my
She
Temu
popped
cherry.
her Temu cherry.
I bought some cushion covers and some pillow covers for my couch, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it was so cheap.
like $28.
No,
that
the
part of
whole
low
thing.
spend?
The whole thing was like $80, and I got 3 cushion covers, 4 pillow covers, 2 more pillow covers, and a rug. I mean, it was like crazy cheap.
Right.
And I tried to get it on Amazon because I was so wary of Temu, and I ended up it was like $250 to do it through Amazon. So,
And it comes pretty quickly.
yeah, and came actually really quickly.
You forgot to
yeah.
order yourself those little
I know,
knives.
little
I've got
knives.
an extra one for you.
My entire outfit is Shein right now, except for my Vans. My socks, pants, underwear.
I don't know how
Your
I feel.
bamboo underwear?
I don't know
And
how I
my
feel
tank top.
about the
It's literally all
disposable Shein clothing. I don't know. I'm
I
wary
don't
about that.
dispose it though. I use it like regular. I don't. I'm not tossing my stuff after one wear. I have my favorite sweaters from that place.
One of the friends we went to book club with yesterday, she does
this
rental.
was interesting.
So
Rents
she's
clothes.
right now going through a big diet because she had bariatric surgery. So she knows it's going to be a while before she's stable. And I think she did it even before that. So every month she pays $99 and gets 6 pieces.
Yeah. Is that what it's called?
Jill Simons recommended that to me.
It's pretty
she's
interesting.
like, look, I'm wearing an Anthropologie top. I never would spend this kind of money, and I'll turn it back in.
And it was adorable too. Yeah.
And then as her size fluctuates. So yeah, in retrospect,
Really,
that would have saved me a
would have
bloody
saved
fortune.
you a fortune. If you
I
had
did
known
make
about it.
a lot of my money back on Poshmark, but I'm taxed on that. I got $10.99 for all my Poshmarks.
Did you really?
Because I did more than $600.
Wow.
That thing came to
Yeah, that sucks.
Just keeps on giving. So anyway, we're going to try to go at low spend 2025.
Okay.
All right. As we talked about last time, the book from last show that we recommended was going totally outside of our normal bounds, and it was a self-help book called The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. So we wanted to spend some time today because we all read through it. And, I personally am finding it, I not only listened to it, but I downloaded it on my Kindle, been taking notes on it. I see from Facebook and everything, a lot of people are embracing it and such. So we wanted to talk about a couple of the key points in there that resonated with me. And I know, Miranda, you had a few that, while a lot of this you enjoyed, you thought it kind of overstepped on a few things. So the premise of the Let Them theory is really just that. It's kind of mind your own self and let them or let other people do their own thing.
So when your husband or your friend or whoever is doing something to annoy you, you go, let them. All right, let them. Let me take care of me.
Yeah,
so it's annoying me that my husband is not emptying the dishwasher. This is not true. Casey empties the dishwasher way more than I do. But all right. So it's annoying me that my husband is not emptying the dishwasher. If it's bothering me so much that the dishwasher is not emptied, I will empty it myself and let him do whatever he wants to do.
Because they say the more you let people live their own lives, the better yours will become. That's sort of the premise of all this. And that don't give them the power to upset you,
right?
And that their actions will upset you. And a phrase in there that I glommed onto was the be weirdly above it all. It's like, okay, because sometimes you say to let them, I know it's nice and short and pithy, but I like the be weirdly above it all. So when it's something that could drag you down,
well, it's the
try to be above
teeter-totter analogy she gave, right?
Yeah.
It's like, always put yourself in the position where you
rise above.
Like, let them weigh you down. Or, okay, weigh you down is not right.
Let them fall.
Fall down.
So that
let
you rise.
go up.
Rise.
Yeah.
So,
and to give people space and the grace to live their own lives so that you can go ahead and live yours. And, again, sounds great. You're sitting there saying it, let them. But if someone is doing something so epically annoying, and she even goes into it, some people doing things that are so self-destructive for them.
Right.
What can you do?
Yeah, there was a whole chapter about like drug addicts, relationships and things like that, or alcoholics. And that is a whole different world. But you can't save somebody else unless they want to save themselves. You can't. So it was an interesting chapter.
One of the chapters I really, really enjoyed, she talks a lot about friendship, and in particular, adult friendship. And actually, one of the our first episode of the podcast was about that, and how do you make friends later in life when you don't have the normal situations where people make friends. And she said that's it exactly. As a kid growing up, you had all the recipes to naturally have friends. And she calls the kind of the 3 main things that are crucial to friendships being developed are timing, proximity, and vibe. Right. And timing meaning, are you guys at the same place in life? So like when you were in elementary school and you matriculated with kids in school, right, you were all in the same place. When you were in college, you were all at the same stage in your life. But then as you get to be, in your 30s and 40s, some people have kids, so they're in a different place. Some people are retooling for a career, so they're in a different place.
Right. This is why I lost all my friends. I kept losing my friends because they would have kids, and then I'd get older friends, and then they had kids, and then I would get younger friends, and they had kids. And now grandbabies are coming in. So it's like a kid thing that's a very different, I mean, that's a very, people align up with that.
Yeah. And then proximity, there are people like my aunt. I would be best friends with my aunt and we would do so many more things together. But she lives halfway across the country.
Right.
And you have friends that even if when they were an hour away when you moved out of San Diego, that hour
This was too much.
was enough of a barrier. And you, Miranda, same thing. It's like
You
you
were
would
doing the college separation right now. In the book, she calls it the Great Separation.
Yes,
I'm in the middle of that.
You're in the Great Separation, and like last weekend, you saw one of your college friends. If she lived close, you'd do
And
things
she
all the
does,
time.
Like an hour is close. And
It
we're
isn't,
hanging
but it
on,
isn't, it isn't.
But it's not.
I know.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I can't go over to
It's
her house.
too
not
much
on
of
a
a
work
pain in
night.
the ass.
It's
Yeah.
5:30
Yeah.
on a work night. You
They
guys
drove
would
2
go.
hours to see us, sat in traffic, like love her to death, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
now I'm gonna do the same exact thing, but it's not the everyday friendship. She
Right.
is
Yeah.
not keeping
It
up
It would be
with
very
my-
different if she lived 10 minutes away.
But then they talked about, okay, so you see somebody walking in your neighborhood with a dog, you're like, you have to make the effort to go up and
I
say,
can't do that.
they call it go first.
go first.
can't.
I like that
So
attitude.
I've recently done a couple go first, and we had one we were supposed to be doing for this Sunday. So
I know you were good with this one.
About 2 weeks ago, we got invited to go play pickleball at our friend's court, and she had invited some. Actually, people she didn't even know that well. It's kind of people invited people to make sure we had enough to do this round robin. So like 12 people. Ed got paired up with this one other woman. I got paired up with another guy, and we did all that. Well, at the end of it all, we were sitting around and talking, and I just started asking probing questions. I'm like, okay, already these people have something in common. They're not. They look physically fit. They were playing decent pickleball. They're not just sitting around eating and drinking. Let's find out more about them. Turns out this one couple has the exact same kind of mountain bikes we have, are big into mountain biking. Now, they don't live close. They live an hour away.
right. So proximity could be an issue.
Could be an
but-
issue, but I said, hey, let's exchange numbers. We love mountain biking. Maybe we come to you sometime. You show us your trails. You can come down here. He was interested in, possibly Vale. Exchange numbers, and we have a play date.
Well, we did.
It was originally supposed to be this Sunday, but with the rain coming, we've kicked it off to next Saturday, and we are meeting halfway. We decided in Escondido, and we're going to go on a mountain bike ride. But Ed was just sitting there, eating crackers and looking into space as I'm like organizing it. It was a bit of pulling teeth, and I'm like, okay, maybe I'm being annoying, and then I followed up with a text like 5 days later, and that's when I said, hey, do you want to connect?
Did you wait 5 days? You're supposed to wait 5 days. How long do you wait before you?
It was 5 days, and
like a
she
date.
jumped right on it. And she was even, I think I can talk. One of the little exchanges we had. We were talking about. Let's see. I should have pulled this up. Where is her? She is Julie. And then she said, because it took her a couple of days to get back to me. So talk about that. I was hanging. I'm like, great. Not texting.
Now you put yourself out there,
Also,
and she
what's
didn't.
the worst that happens if you just?
I know,
Yeah,
it's
she
true.
left me hanging, but then she didn't. She goes, I'm really looking forward to bike riding. Sorry, I misspelled your name, because then she had done that. So we set up the date, and she goes, perfect. It's on the calendar. We can all get matching tattoos. And I go, funny you mentioned that. We've fiddled around with a motto for ourselves over wine before. Church of the Spoken Wheel or the Wanderers? ? And she goes, I love it.
Oh, that's
She was
cute.
looking forward to
I would
it.
die if you got a tattoo.
We would
You
not
gave
do that,
me
but-
so much crap, and if you go and get a tattoo,
I would. They wouldn't.
With
None
a
of-
little bike
Nobody
club.
in our
Yeah, like a dad.
I
foursome
would get
a
it.
tattoo.
But
No.
so her enthusiasm seems to be coming through, even though my initial reach out was tepid, and I was kind of like crickets, and I thought, all right, whatever. And so we're going to see how this
Yeah.
plays out.
You
But
can-
that meant I really had to step out, and in the book she calls it go first.
Yeah.
I went first and second and even a little bit of third there. And maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, but I'm trying to be.
Well, and if you just if you're in a coffee shop and you see somebody and you're like, oh my God, I love her hair.
Don't
Tell
go to
them
Starbucks.
I love her hair. That's the kind of thing that can start a conversation. And you could, or I love your shoes. Oh, where'd you get them? Blah, blah, blah. That can start a conversation. It doesn't have to be, hey, will you be my friend?
Yeah.
But if you start a conversation with somebody, you can talk enough to maybe go, hey, I know this is weird, but would you?
The example in the book was hysterical because she had moved to a new area and had spent like a year and was complaining to her daughter how she had no friends. And then she had seen a neighbor, and the daughter made her go up to the neighbors and knocked on the door and literally
that
said,
hit home with me because
You guys
stare
are
at
in the new
our
area.
catty corner neighbors, and I'm just like, I'm gonna be friends with them one day. I just need the right time. I need to.
Right.
And I'm just like, oh.
I think you guys should open a
She
bar in your
literally-
garage.
Yeah, she
I mean,
should.
I think you guys should
There's-
open like a little bar and have it and just be like, hey, from
and we
whatever-
just sit there like waiting.
Well, you guys would be in there having
Hello?
a cocktail if you just have a cocktail every day at 5 o'clock or whatever.
I've heard people have done it where like they'll put out a
crochet
pink
out
That's
flamingo or
my
whatever.
cousins have that. The
Yeah.
neighborhood, they have the pink flamingo, and if the pink flamingo is out in your yard, it means bar is
come in.
open,
Yeah.
and means we're out back, have a drink.
Wow.
But so I'm committed. I'm gonna start stretching. We went yesterday. We met a new person through
Lefty Leaning
the Lefty
Ladies.
Leaning Book Club. She's now got us hooked up with the Temecula Resisters.
Sisters, I love that name.
But it's like on the line
Yeah.
Resisters. And today we were flooded. Our feed was flooded with
What
some.
about Super Bowl party?
and
She seems
Super
really
Bowl
cool.
party. So
Yeah.
another one we were playing pickleball with, and
I liked her.
I liked her too.
I'm gonna be making that reach out.
Yeah.
So
We'll
we're
go to Super Bowl.
we're gonna
that's
go
a
to her
perk.
house.
She offered. She actually did
Well, and
the
Joe
do
said
first.
it's like it's catered. It's like
Yes.
it's a big
Yeah.
thing that
She
like
has a
they-
bed and breakfast.
I know. It's right across the street from the Aces.
you don't think it's weird
goats?
that we don't even know her, that we would just go?
Marjorie?
No, but
we did. We
with her.
played
And
2
she-
hours of
she
pickleball
did
with
the
her.
go
We
first.
know her.
She said,
She
"Come
did
to my
she did the go
party."
first.
Yes.
That's
So
true.
I
She
said,
did.
"You guys bite."
All right.
So
I
I'm
would
not
go.
gonna. I'm absolutely. I'm gonna connect with Joe to get her number to let kind of confirm, saying, "Hey, would love to come to your Super Bowl party if the invite's still on," and then talk
Since
about
it's
how many
likely
of us.
that I do not give a shit on who's playing because all of my teams are
and
out,
drink.
I think it might be good to.
And then
normally
get,
I don't
get
like
William and Suzanne to
Yeah.
go. I think the Aces will be
I
there.
think
so
they
we're
probably
gonna know
will.
people.
Yeah, we would know people. I don't like to go to Super Bowl parties if I like who's playing because
know, 'cause
then
I gotta watch the
I
game.
actually want to watch the game,
Yeah.
but no.
So, so there was a huge kind of, okay, not that I didn't know that stuff, but boy, listening and reading it in the book just gave me that, okay, I'm going to go first and I'm going to put myself out there. Another one that resonated with me too is as they're talking about people's behavior, that, you want them to change or whatever. One of the first steps you should do is you say, like, for example, she used an example of her friend wanting her husband to lose weight. And it was, okay, I want you to lose weight. All right, well, why? And then you ask yourself
Why?
5 times
Why?
to really
Five. I
drill
couldn't
down.
remember if it was 3 or 5.
No, it's
I tried
5.
to ask myself 5 though, and then I kind of spiral into like, I don't know, because I want it. Like,
Yeah.
And that's fine. What they say though,
Because-
especially
because-
if
because-
you really go
because
into
of the
it,
wonderful things she does.
Because of the wonderful things she does.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. it can get a little raw because I found too, and I'm not going to throw mine out there because, and then she says you don't
This is
need to.
vulnerable.
This is a vulnerable thing, but a thing that really gets to me, and as I started going to the whys and what the final why was, didn't necessarily reflect really good on me because it wound up being not that the thing still shouldn't happen, mind you, but by the time I got to the 5th why, I was like, well, the 5th why is because, well, it's making me look bad.
Yeah.
It was like, man, but if I was being brutally honest,
that's a good thing to find out that
yeah, okay,
all
I
right,
care about this, I care about that, I care about that, but I also care about it's freaking making me look bad.
Yeah.
And
so your own vanity or whatever
comes into play, and just
Yeah.
understanding that and realizing that as you're trying to do that, that's at part of it was an important thing. So I'm liking the 5 whys. The other piece of it she does, and I know Miranda, you have kind of a opinion about this, is when she's saying you can't make someone change, but you can influence them. And you
That's
said, is that
manipulation.
really a manipulation?
I don't think that's manipulation.
And some of her examples bordered on it because she went into the whole like celebrate them. But I think that if you temper it, so the ABCs, it's you start off with apologizing to the person for having nagged them to death or whatever, browbeat them over what they were doing, and then ask them how they feel about it, but have it be very open ended.
What's the
and
B stand for?
Back off.
Oh.
And then back off. And she says the back off stage may take 6 months plus, but you're supposed to then, through your influence, like her example was the husband losing weight. And so the wife started doing healthy things. She was only buying good food in the house. She would go out for a walk after dinner. And so she would model the behavior she wished that he would be modeling,
Right.
without ever saying, hey, you should be walking. Get your ass off the couch. Go walking.
Casey does this with me. I don't know where he got this from, but he does it with me because he used to nag me. Oh, you should go do something. Let's do something. And then I'd snap at him like, my neck hurts, my back hurts. Blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
And now he's like, I'm going for a walk. Do you want to go? And usually I'm like, okay, I'll go. Yeah, but
I think it's manipulation if that person didn't already do that. So if Casey has never enjoyed after work walks and ever have done that, and then he starts doing it, to me that's a little
what's to say he couldn't just decide, you know what? I want Elle to be more healthy.
So
I want to be
model that
healthier
behavior.
too. But that's good for everyone.
I mean, that aligns with this example really well. 'Cause
Right.
it's
But
like,
I'm sure there are examples
I'm
where
thinking
you're
of
right.
another thing where it's just like, I don't know, that if it wasn't part of your everyday life, you're now changing how you act to manipulate somebody else.
Is it something that you do want to change in yourself?
And again, that's why the working out one maybe isn't the best example because, like, of course, maybe walking after
everybody
work
wants to.
Well, I think about something like if you live with someone who's a pig and you're not a pig,
right,
and they're not tidy and you're very tidy. You're already been modeling the tidy behavior because that's what you've freaking been doing your whole life. So what are you going to be able to do that's going to model anything that's going to motivate
you're apologizing, you're backing off, and you're continuing being tidy.
Yeah.
And you just have to let them be messy. I'm going to be clean because it makes me happy to be
do
clean.
Their dishes,
and you're going to just suck it up, Alice. Yeah, I think so.
Clean everything.
And that's the hard. That's the hard part.
It didn't click in the book. That didn't click to me.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Well, then remember, you're supposed to celebrate. That was the one you were laughing about.
That's manipulation.
That when the person then finally did or moved in the direction you wanted them to, you're supposed to celebrate.
Yeah, so
and
if
her
they cleaned
example
up,
was
then it would be like,
oh, you went for a Peloton ride. Good job.
Oh my God, I would leave that Peloton ride and be like, I'm never doing that again. You're treating me like a child.
I treat you like a 5-year-old. Then she high-fived her son when he got an A on a test or something. But so some of these, I think you have to temper it. But for me, I know the hard part for the one or two things I want to be tackling this year is I'm going to struggle to do the apologizing, quite honestly, because
because you're a big bitch. Yeah.
Because I truly don't think I'm wrong. So that's going to be a struggle.
I'm never wrong. I'm always right.
Well, of course.
I apologize for being right. But...
Yes, exactly. I'm going to say I'm sorry for you, but I'm gonna try this. And the back off, oh my God, is going to be really, really tough. But I can see that the person involved is probably going to absolutely love the back off stage.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, when's the other shoe dropping? This is too weird. What does she want from me? Don't know how good I'll be with the celebrate thing because I am I'm the worst nursemaid. I'm not one to I'm a very much a hey everyone suck it up buttercup and take care of yourself. So
yeah.
But there were definitely things I'm gleaning from this. I'm planning on putting into action. I don't know how successful I'll be.
Oh, that dog is ripping it. Do you guys hear that? Feel that?
Yeah.
Smell that?
I smelled it.
Oh,
I was wondering who dealt it.
Yes, we have
a dog.
We have a farting dog.
Are you just blaming it on
only
the dog?
one? Only one of them is in here right now.
Riker.
Yes,
It's
they
a
had
sweet little
dinner
Riker.
before you came over. So, but and I said I'd circle back around this in the immortal words of Roy Kent. Part of it. Don't you dare settle for fine. And a lot of this is, it's going to seem like you have to settle for it, but it's got to be that shift that I'll do me, you do you, and we can coexist. Because another thing she really drives home is people only do what they really feel like doing. That's their natural fall to. And if someone is,
and you can't change somebody,
and it won't work in the long run. You may get them to do it once or two times, but
unless they really want to do
they're
whatever it
going
is
to
you're
reveal
trying
who they
to get
are
it.
to you, and you either have to accept that or you have
we
to move
didn't talk
on.
about the whole deal breaker thing of because you can't take it personally. So like, okay, if they don't ever want to be clean in your life, is that a deal breaker?
Yeah, you got to decide.
If it's not, then move on.
Yeah.
But if it is, then you have to
Move on.
Make a decision.
Like,
yeah.
you can't just sit and nag somebody the rest of your life if it's a deal breaker.
Like we were
to you.
talking about, what if one of our husbands was a Trumper?
Was a maggot.
Oh, deal breaker.
Deal
Yeah.
breaker.
Oh,
deal
no,
breaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. If it would break my heart because let's get in our example, 6 years of relationship and if tables turn and he
Try
voted Trump,
30 whatever or 20.
I'd be like,
yeah.
deal breaker. I
Yeah.
can't.
I couldn't do it.
No,
You have that little respect
Because we have a
for-
friend whose husband, she's a lefty, he's a
right.
Trumper.
But see, that's a little different. I think it's the men being it and the women not, because right now the hate, if you're not a
woman,
white male under 40 right now is, it's just hate. It's hate. So the wife being the maggot and the husband not is.
Did you say maggot?
Yeah,
Maggot.
they're maggots.
Which is maggot, yeah,
Oh,
basically.
Instead of
Maggots are
MAGA,
maggots.
they're maggots.
Wow.
They are maggots.
Nice.
I don't even want to because I mean the whole MAGA is Make America Great Again. We are nowhere near that acronym.
No.
Did you see the interview of the girl wearing the hat? And they're like, "Why do you wear that hat?" And she's like, "Because it's a subtle statement to brag." And the interview
It's a
was,
subtle
the
statement?
interview
I
was
wouldn't
like,
call that a
subtle
statement. There ain't nothing subtle about a Trump hat.
Such dumb people. Yeah, Zach's getting a little experience with that right now because he's in a political science class in school, and you're encountering some not so brilliant people, aren't you, Zach?
Are they doing current stuff?
No, it's like from the beginning.
You know what's so funny though? I would actually love to take that class right now and see how much of it is now overlapping with.
Yeah,
Back
I mean,
then.
we're repeating history.
Yeah, we are.
we are.
So
We're going backwards.
it'll be interesting to learn about.
Going back.
But yeah, the whole deal breaker thing. I have to say that part of the book was somewhat sad because I mean she gave a few examples and. Yeah, I don't have anything right now in my life that's an absolute deal breaker. Or at least I don't think.
I don't really
As I
have
start to unpack
anything
it.
in my life that applied to this book at all. It didn't mean I didn't enjoy it because I do. I thought
Because
thought it was-
Casey's perfect.
Casey is kind
There's
of
no
perfect.
way nothing.
Not much.
Really.
Yeah.
I said the one
I
thing
would
which
say
is
it'd be the
Casey's
opposite.
possessive.
That I was just about
Of
to say
her
that.
time.
You don't think?
Oh, of my time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he needs you too
Like
much?
if we were to say, "Hey, man, I want to go on an all-girls cruise,"
Yeah.
you would get pushback from him, and he would not want you to do it.
That is true.
that
But there's also the financial side of that as well because we
Is
are
that
not
you making
equal
you-
equity partners in our marriage.
But you still can go pay your own.
You make
vacation.
good money.
Yeah.
I don't.
You may
I didn't
not make
this-
as
I
money
didn't
as
make
him,
good
but
money
you
this year.
still make good money.
I made shit money this year. This was not a good year.
Well, I guess did I see a statistic? The like fewest homes were sold this past year since like 30 years or something like that.
Yeah.
Some crazy for in San Diego.
That sounds about right.
So
Okay,
but
so
let them. I'm going to keep rereading. I'm highlighting things in my Kindle, and maybe I'll do an update in a future episode of how my current thing that I'm
it really smells like farts in here.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, it's been horrible.
I'm right next to it. So
I know.
I'm breathing shallow. Breathing shallow.
It took a while to get to me, but now that it's here, it's pretty
Yes,
potent.
right. Good dog fart.
Sorry, buddy.
So the drink of the show is kind of a little mixed emotion thing. So we went to Williams Sonoma because they're closing. So death to another retail store.
Yep.
And
Another
our
one bites the
cocktail,
dust.
we bought one of their mixers. It was on 40% off. And I made a non-alcoholish cocktail out of the Williams Sonoma mixer. But just walking in there was so sad. And we asked the person, he genuinely didn't seem like, he wanted to lose his job. And he's like, the mall raised the rent and, they're going to regret it. It was like an anchor store in.
So the company's not going on.
No, but they're really pulling back and they're closing a lot of outlets.
And they closed.
It's always the start
gonna
of
be
a
an
restructuring.
online.
Yeah.
This is like our major mall is just a skeleton of business.
It used
like
to be
there's-
really cool.
Used to be really good.
And it's not, we still have a few really bougie ones like in San Diego and all, but a lot of malls are suffering that way.
Yeah.
And when those rent for those spaces is 10, 15, some $1,000, think of how much of that stuff they have to sell just to crack that nut. And then you've got,
What I don't understand is like
$80.
Orange County has moved to Temecula.
Mm-hmm.
We've got some money here. Why are they closing high-end stores in Temecula of all places?
Well, let's do the point. Case in point, you got me highball glasses for Christmas.
Yeah.
So we were looking at the Williams Sonoma version of them, and one glass cost more than 6 of the glasses you were able to get somewhere, and the glasses looked the same.
But I'm not a rich Orange Countyite. Is what my point is. Like you would think all these Orange County people moved here, they would keep the Williams Sonoma alive.
But I think the other stuff is being put in front of them, and they're realizing, well, wait, that's not the place I need to.
Well, so you just buy it online.
Yeah,
there
no
powder
one's
bar?
going to know that this wasn't or isn't a Williams
Yeah.
Sonoma glass. So they'll choose something more out there, the Lululemon or what I don't know. That's my theory on it. And also, I find it hard sometimes to shop at regular stores now because the selection isn't there.
It's not there.
I am spoiled by the
Amazon.
going online and getting 10 versions of the AirPod leashes that I'm looking at and getting to choose
nutcracker.
which one I want.
I went to 4 stores trying very hard to buy a
literal
nutcracker.
nutcracker.
Yes, a literal nutcracker. Not the little cute ones, but
Yeah.
just a one that actually not
Including
nutcrackers.
Williams
We just
Sonoma.
got walnut. So, a nutcracker. here.
Yeah.
We're slamming our nuts against the table.
That's what Casey was doing too, and I was like, I gotta get him a nut cleanser.
And we went to Williams-Sonoma.
driving me crazy. And I went to Williams-Sonoma.
barbaric.
I went to Pottery Barn. I went to
Oh man, we need
Kohl's. I went to like a Target. I went
And
to a
you had to
million
go
stores,
online.
and I finally went to Amazon and just bought it because that's what we have to do now.
Yes, that is what we have to
better
do.
than a fresh cracked nut though.
Yeah,
I hate walnuts.
she hates walnuts. They taste like dirt.
They taste like
Walnuts
dirt.
are her cilantro.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't want a
A
walnut.
lot of walnuts.
So that's our drink. It's a the
tasty.
mixer was
It's
meant to
gone.
be a margarita mixer, but I jazzed it up with some things and only put a couple splashes of gin in our drink, so Elle didn't have any gin.
Because I'm still dry.
And the soup of the show, which once you're off of this diet and back from the cruise, we definitely are making beer cheese soup. So much cheesy goodness.
That even got a
Lots
groan out of Zach
cream.
over there.
Yes,
Wow.
lots of cream. Just don't use Coors.
Yes.
No. Don't
Coors.
use Coors. Use your Goods Unitas app, and you'll see Coors is the devil. Use Bud Light instead.
Are you guys seeing what's happening on the screen?
Or even use a foreign beer, Peroni or
With
Mexican beer.
more
What's it?
full body.
Yeah.
Like Tecate.
Yeah, or any of the Mexican beers or anything foreign is good. Most domestic beers, because I've seen some lists that Bud is not even on a good
Well,
thing.
Bud did the whole Dylan
I
Mulvaney
know.
thing. I mean, they're
Yeah,
Michelob Ultra is our other beer water that we're.
I don't think that one's on there. That's why I was like,
What about Tom Holland's non-alcoholic
Yeah,
beer?
everyone's getting on that, right?
why drink a non-alcoholic
Okay, so
beer?
I think it does give you a head
It's
buzz.
got adaptogens.
Yeah, so it's
adaptogen.
not like it's not nicotine, it's not alcohol, but it's
and it's
like
not crazy like a
shrooms?
Red Bull or whatever.
Yeah,
It's shrooms.
It's not shrooms. It's a do you know? It's
Are we gonna try it? Should I buy some? I
Yeah,
bought
I
Blake
mean-
Lively's,
I mean,
remember?
I
and
love
they were
Tom
okay.
Holland. They did
We-
just get
I do
engaged.
love
I know.
Tom Holland.
All right, so that'll be one of our
Love
next
beer
drinks.
Tom Holland.
I will find the Tom
Yeah,
Holland.
it's like head fuzzies. So
Oh.
you still feel something.
I'm always head fuzzy. I don't need help
yeah.
with that.
Maybe this.
we'll do some head fuzzing.
Yeah.
And then the book recommendation. So I was getting a little flack here from my participants because I'm recommending a book I haven't quite read yet.
I've
but
read
it's-
so many books. I don't why you
it's
just
the-
don't ask me for a book recommendation.
Did you do your homework?
Did you do? Yeah, did
She
you do
didn't
your
ask
homework?
me. Well, no, I guess I can always contribute.
The spreadsheet's always out there on the Google
I'm
Drive.
sorry, I didn't do my
But
homework.
it is right now. I think it's a cultural phenomenon, so it's important to talk about. It's the third in
Phenomena.
this
Do, 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 do.
Phenomena.
Do, 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 do. Okay, sorry, you have to do that.
It is taking the country by storm, and this week was the release on Wednesday at midnight, and just kind of like Potterheads, people were there for it. So it's the Rebecca Yarros series, starts with Fourth Wing, was the first book. The second book is Iron Flame. The third was just released, and it's Onyx Storm. And it just came out. So I and all of us, I think, are rereading because it's taken so long for
My
this to
problem
come
is
out.
I have to reread. I literally don't remember a book as soon as I set it down. So I have to go back to the beginning and read Fourth Wing again and then read the second one. I did that with the Harry Potters. I had to read every book again before as soon as the next one came out. And it's going to take me a
I've
while.
forgotten just how sexy some of the scenes were.
Oh yeah, it's super sexy. I remember that.
This one's not as sexy as Akatar though, and that's why it's more like there's, like
I
a
guess
story.
maybe I've just.
I haven't gotten very far in it.
I can't
so
believe I haven't read Akatar.
I haven't hit my first sex scene
like
yet.
really
Oh,
need to.
yeah.
Pretty
So,
excited.
Just came off one.
Akatar is
And I love.
Fine.
I'm a softie for dragons. You throw
Akatar
dragons
is a
in
crown
anything.
of thorn and roses.
a court of thorns.
A court
Thorn
of thorn and
yeah.
roses. Yeah.
The first three, I was like hooked,
Yeah.
and then at the end of the third, I was like, okay, what's the next one going to be?
Every time
about?
I've been hearing people talk about A Court of Thorn and Roses, I thought they were talking about the Game of Thrones books.
Oh.
So I've been like, oh, I read those. I already read those, but no, I have not read the Court of Thorn
I would
and
say
Roses.
do the first two, and then you decide if you want to
Yeah,
continue.
exactly.
Because the
Use
first
it-
two were very
I
entertaining.
have a few books to read. We are all going to read, and everybody should go and buy
Yes.
the book by Bishop. What's her name?
Oh yeah. I was just about
Crap.
To, yeah.
We didn't put this in our notes.
We didn't put this in our
It's the
notes.
bishop that.
It's the bishop.
It's the wonderful lady bishop that
Spoke at the inauguration, and she just spoke the truth, and she is now being.
Wait, what? Tell me more.
you didn't hear about.
I turned the inauguration off. At
no,
like-
Well, you're not supposed to watch the inauguration.
Yeah, you weren't supposed to.
So
I
this
watched it.
this bishop.
I had to
that-
know what was happening.
No, you weren't supposed to watch it because that gave him
I
watches.
did YouTube though.
All right. Well, anyway, so the bishop kind of went off at Trump and said, be kind, be a kind president, be kind to immigrants, be
Don't
kind,
kill people.
be kind to the LGBTQ community, be kind was her message. And she's getting lambasted for it. And it's such bullshit because these are the Christian right. And they're mad at a bishop for saying be kind.
She's Bishop Marianne Edgar Budd, Budde, and she did her sermon, and they, like the Proud Boys and all the people, the insurrectionists who've been let out of jail, are now threatening her.
Death threats. She's gotten death threats.
So I physically bought her book, How We Learn to Be Brave, Decisive Moments in Life and Faith. I didn't buy it on Amazon because I didn't want Amazon to get the credit.
Unfortunately, I downloaded it
we
from
walked
Amazon.
into Barnes & Noble. They didn't have it, so I ordered it directly from Penguin.
Kindle's Amazon.
Kindle's Amazon.
But what we want to do is we want to have it have a reprint.
Yeah.
Right, is the
So
thing.
if
We want
everybody
this
goes
woman's
and buys
book to
it-
make it on the New York Times bestseller.
Right.
So I bought a hard copy.
Because it shows her that people believe in her and support her, and there aren't all assholes in the world.
And then my plan is to bring it up to Grandma when we visit and give her the book. So,
Yeah.
But I had to search the internet because it's out of print.
It's out of print.
But so she did listen to it. It's not a long sermon,
read it.
and it
No,
is-
but listen to the sermon because the
Oh,
sermon
oh,
is,
oh.
Yes,
is really
listen
good.
to the sermon. We want to support her. We're going to use it as our next book club book,
Yeah.
and we will report more on
Even
it.
Trump said something horrible about it. Was like he say
Oh,
something?
women can't be bishops. You're not even real.
And he said something like, well, that was inappropriate or
Yeah.
something like that. I'm like, how is it
It
inappropriate?
totally stole his thunder. There's a meme that shows Bishop takes king, and it shows her smacking the crown off of Trump. So a chess reference.
Yes.
Bishop takes queen. But we want to support her, and it's worth a listen. So go on YouTube. It's out there.
We may be making it our book club pick
Yes.
for this month. So read it.
Let's see. Song that has been living rent-free in my head in honor of my eye surgery. I went with the Velvet Underground, Pale Blue Eyes. REM does a cover of it, and it's pretty
I was
good
gonna
also.
say, I didn't think that was Velvet Underground, but now I think I know the
Yeah, REM's cover is
REM
good,
version.
but the original is Velvet Underground, and it is also quite good.
nice.
And how about you, Elle?
I had two because in the car on the way over here, it was Anarchy in the UK by the Sex Pistols, and I was feeling very anarchy. And now I've calmed down because I'm feeling helpless by Neil Young. Because that's how I'm really feeling. Because all of this shit is happening, and you pick up your phone and you're like, really?
Like, you can't make this stuff
You can't
up.
make this shit up. And yet there's nothing we can do. We can't do anything. And we just met this new lady that hopefully will have some ideas on what we can do, but I don't know.
Channel some of our rage into action.
Yeah, I'd like to channel my rage.
Because this has
into
only
action.
been, we haven't even hit week 1.
Yeah.
And it's...
Well, this was going to be the hardest because of all the
Right.
All the shit he's
But what
getting.
will be
Mike's gonna
harder
be
is
behind.
if those things get legs and get
Yeah,
done.
that's-
So
yeah,
he can
yeah.
sit there and bluster about, oh, a wife has to get permission. If that actually becomes a thing, or another
Or they-
senator who put in that you should get rid of term limits so Trump can have
a third term.
that's another.
But then everybody's saying, well, we hope that because then Obama will run and he'll beat him because Obama had a really high
I
rating.
just don't know if he would though.
I think he would.
We're a country of
After 4
racist
years of him
assholes.
sitting there.
He's already been president, and he had the highest rating of
I know.
any
Yeah,
president.
that is true.
So yeah, I think he could be. But let's not go there. I
Yeah.
do not want a third
No.
term. Good God! Like, do we really want to go through this again in another 4 years? No, I can hardly even look
Half
at the
country
next 4
does.
years.
More than half the country does want to.
No,
Not more than half. It's less than
It's
half.
less
There's
than
too many
half.
people sat on the sidelines.
It is less than
It's
half.
about 40% of the country that is
Of
that.
the people that didn't sit on the sidelines, they want a third term.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah, so
but they're all crazy motherfuckers. So who cares?
I care.
All right.
because
No,
I do
they're
care.
gonna
I've got to
win.
go with
They're
a
gonna
positive
crazy.
thought to end the show.
Thank you. I need a little positivity.
And it is the love we have for our furry family members, even if they're farting. Even though they've
Our furry family.
farty furry family
Say that
members,
3 times fast.
even though they have never spoken a word, is proof that actions speak louder than words.
Oh, wow, I got the chills.
That's sweet. That's a good one.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
All right. Well, I'm Elle,
I'm Dylan,
and we both love soup.